Hello, I'm Richie DePaulis Metz. I'm the Director of Admissions and Outreach for the Boulder County campus, and I am presenting this presentation for Vision 2020 for Front Range Community College on behalf of the college-wide admissions and outreach team. So this is about the work of the college-wide admissions and outreach team, as I said, for the Boulder County campus, the Brighton Center, the Larimer campus, and the Westminster campus. And the work that our college-wide teams did was work on the goal in the plan of providing dynamic programming through community partnerships. And we worked to broaden our outreach and community connections to create greater awareness of the college's mission, values, programs, and contributions to the community. Our Vision 2020 accomplishments were to develop a focused, data-driven plans to fully use the capabilities of the Recruit module and to redevelop and expanded the target prospective student plan with Recruit. Recruit is the CRM that our admissions and outreach team uses, as well as other users in different departments that have access to the Recruit CRM. And that Recruit CRM is where we have prospective student information and run our communications through that CRM for recruitment and admissions purposes. We also developed focused data-driven outreach plans at each campus and for online learning that integrated with the college-wide Recruit plan. Our outreach priorities and goals include the following: data-driven outreach, the utilization of the Lucium Recruit CRM, which I just talked about, increase our inquiry and application pools, focus on creating a superior student experience, and identify, recruit, and enroll a diverse student population. That means age, race and ethnicity, different abilities, and also the different types of students that we're recruiting, if they're transfer, traditional students coming straight from high school, or adult learners. So diving into our executive summary, in response to the Vision 2020 strategic goal number 3, to provide dynamic programming through community partnerships, and to achieve the objection therein to broaden our community outreach and community connections to create greater awareness of the college's mission, values, programs, and contributions to the community, the admissions and outreach directors, along with campus and college-wide leadership, have established focused data-driven outreach plans to guide our departmental direction and function. This is our directive. The priority initiative was that we develop focused data-driven outreach plans at each campus, and also for online learning that integrates with the college-wide recruiter plan. Our charge was to develop a data-driven outreach plan that has at minimum a goal of growing our enrollment of new students at the population growth rate in our service area. The scope was from the first point of contact with a potential student, or what we call a prospective student, to the point of registration for courses or the point of enrolling, and who developed collaboratively with the deans of student affairs at each campus, the associate vice president of enrollment, the director of online learning, the director of institutional research, and the campus admissions and outreach directors. For the data analysis, in order to create a data-driven plan, there was a college-wide student affairs and admissions leadership team that presented data to cabinet back in the spring of 2017. And this was also an actionable item following the CCS Enrollment Summit held in February of 2017 that prompted our teams as to the need to more clearly look at our student data in an effort to understand who our students are so that we can define who we want our students to be. This analysis included a point in time analysis of spring 2017 standard census statistics, comparison of enrollment and post-census enrolled data through the lens of career and academic communities, which we call CACs, research briefs on undecided and college now student populations, analysis of college now seniors matriculation data by campus and district, and analysis of our identified transfer student population. And when we talk about our college-wide strategic outreach plans, there's an overarching plan college-wide, but then each campus has its own individual plan as well. And that's depicted in the graphic with the circle for each campus. The college-wide outreach priorities we'll go into now. The first goal was overall enrollment growth, which will comprise of a mix of both traditional high school students in our territory footprint, as well as adult learners and online. So with this goal number one, we refined the website and the Getting Started web page that describes the admission steps and all the way to enrollment, and create it more user-friendly for all user types. Our outreach team, or what we call our recruiters, our admissions and outreach representatives, maintain very active engagement in high schools, doing things like college fairs, presentations in the classroom, application days. We also conducted counselor workshops. And we say counselor, we're talking about the high school counselors in the high schools in our service area. And we offered foundation scholarships to identified school districts in our service areas. We did special deliveries for Counselor Appreciation Week. Once again, we're talking about those high school counselors. We conducted campus-specific and college-wide events like the open house, application days, virtual events, especially more of those when we were in the midst of the pandemic, an enrollment series and summer programs. We did a college-wide open house, and that was a virtual one as we were in the pandemic. And then campus visits and programming such as lunch and learns, CAC preview days, and many other initiatives and visits. Goal number two is to engage with College Now or concurrent enrollment departments to increase the matriculation percentage of currently enrolled students for continued enrollment at FRCC for degree and or certificate completion and or preparation to transfer to a four-year institution. So to achieve that goal, we partnered with College Now staff to be more collaborative. We invited College Now students to a variety of campus events. We conducted class visits that focused on seniors or capstone classes to promote the value of Front Range and highlight the benefits, including things like cost savings, our guaranteed transfer agreements, scholarships, and our great student resources on our campuses. We conducted virtual events and created an on-demand videos to support concurrent enrollment students to continue their educational journey at FRCC after graduation from high school. We worked with marketing to create direct mail, like postcard campaign, and also a web presence to connect with graduating high school students. Partnered with College Now to obtain lists of high school concurrent enrollment students, create messaging and programming catered to this population. The third goal, in accordance with the college inclusion work, was to establish an effective marketing, recruitment, and enrollment service strategy for serving historically underrepresented students or marginalized students, in particular the Latinx population, who make up the second largest ethnic demographic in our service area. So to achieve this goal, we worked on these following points to establish for each campus outreach team, having a bilingual admissions and outreach representative, collaborate with a variety of community partners, partnered with community organizations to connect and build relationships within our Latinx communities. And also going back to the bilingual admissions outreach representatives, part of their job descriptions are to be cultural brokers with the Latinx communities. We partnered with financial aid to conduct FAFSA nights and financial aid information sessions in Spanish, both on our campus and at the schools in our service areas, conducted bilingual information sessions on campus during the open house and virtual events. We have a campus-wide bilingual committee that's formed to provide input, consultation, and counsel to review our marketing and recruitment materials, very much so on the website, our Spanish microsite. and to leading into the next point, helping us maintain that Spanish microsite in Espanol and develop marketing and recruitment pieces in Spanish. Goal number 4 was to establish an effective marketing, recruitment, and enrollment service strategy for serving FRCC transfer students. To work on this goal, became a member of the Learn organization that caters to providing education resources to organizations, employers, conducting educational fairs at certain locations. We collaborated and supported programming with area county workforce development organizations, worked with marketing to conduct recruitment marketing to adult populations age 23 up, offered programming and events geared towards adult populations who earned prior credits, created communication and recruitment campaigns, next steps for transfer student populations, and created getting started steps on the webpage for transfer students with clear directions specifically for them. Goal number 5, support efforts related to assessment of outreach events as to effectiveness in terms of return on investment and enrollment yield, as well as including efforts and changes related to the college-wide implementation of onboarding student success initiatives. So to achieve this goal, we did a college-wide data dig, and we looked at the Recruit CRM evaluation and worked more on the automation of that, and the inquiry to enrolled email campaigns, our CRM use management and training, and communication plans were evaluated. And those communication plans are the ones run through our Recruit CRM, our pre-enrollment team model and collaboration, which does look a little bit different at each campus for that onboarding part of the student. 100% inquiry entry into Recruit for automated follow-up, and the coordination with college-wide communications and marketing. So this is a visual of what our prospective students go through as they are thinking about attending FRCC or any other college, and then eventually enrolling at FRCC. It starts with at the top of the funnel with those that are out there that are suspects or prospective students that haven't taken really any action or engaged with us. We really work on our branding and outreach, just getting in the minds of those students that were there and what we offer. Next are those students that may take the next step and inquire by submitting an inquiry card or going on the website and submitting an inquiry form. So we're working on generating inquiries and then building that relationship with the student with our outreach teams and other campus partners. The conversion then of those inquiries to actually apply, take that call to action to apply and complete their application, which leads us to the next stage in the enrollment funnel of the conversion of an applied student to one that is admitted who's completed their application. And then after that, I alluded to this before, like with our pre-enrollment advisors, to onboard the student and get them enrolled and work with their pathways advisors. So this is the web page that I alluded to before about students getting started at Front Range Community College, and it provides access for all student types and a path to admissions for high school new first time to college transfer returning and guest students. And there is, if you want to go to the website and check it out, there's the link, but I'll show you what that looks like. It takes a student to this page and then they can identify what type of student they are. And then I should go back and say, if they click on a certain box, it will outline specific steps. So for example, if they are a high school student and they want to do concurrent enrollment, it'll give them the specific steps for that. If they are a transfer student, it will give them the specific steps for that, like submitting their transcript, official transcript from the current institution that they are at, and on and on. These are also other parts of the website that really lead students to engage with us, to visit FRCC, to visit us for a campus tour. When they click on the Visit Us button, it takes them through a form stack, and they request a tour with the respective campus, and we work with them to get them scheduled for a visit in person. Also going across to the right up the top, apply now. That's where we drive students to start their application, or if they've started one, to log back on and finish one. We also have our RFI, or request for information, which is also a form stack. And we try to keep it pretty limited to the amount of information that we're asking of them, because best practice is that the less information you ask right away of a student, the more likely they are to submit a form like this. But we do need a minimum amount of information to be able to put them into our Recruit CRM. We also have these red buttons on many parts of the website, encouraging students for those call to actions to either visit us, request more information, or to apply. We also have this Discover FRCC page, and we have specific campus options for the students to engage with us with an information session. If they click on the campus, it'll give them the specific options for that campus. A lot of the options that the student is offered when they click on one of these campus buttons are virtual options. During the pandemic, we really ramped that up and find that some students still like that flexibility to get more information by visiting virtually. So we definitely have a mantra or mindset of we want to recruit to retain students. It's much easier to have a student that we recruit and retain than to recruit students that we don't retain and have to keep recruiting and recruiting more students to make up for those that we don't retain. So we focus on these areas to make that successful through our onboarding, through the admissions process, application processing, the admissions pre-enrollment and pre-orientation engagement, our outreach and recruitment with the high schools and community partners, our call and welcome centers with our managers of those centers and our staff supervision and our student workers, and advising and other scheduling phone line management. Here are our recruitment strategies for our specific target markets. We obviously want to target high school students, those that are in high school, 9th through 12th grade, concurrent enrollment students, adult and working professionals, and to do that through local, state, and federal government and community organizations, transfer students, returning students, and industry specific. I'm sorry, I jumped around a bit there, but we also want to focus on our diverse populations, more specifically the Latinx population, and really making sure that we're partnering with businesses and the community partners and corporations and the community residents in our service area. And this is just a fun word cloud of things that come up when we work to and strive to recruit to retain. Definitely focus on students first and being welcoming and supporting our students, getting the parents involved, and so much more.